We have an update on the Steve Kerr situation for the Golden State Warriors. ESPN reported earlier today that Steve Kerr met with GM Mike Dunleavy and controlling owner Joe Lacob. That meeting happened on Monday. It lasted for 2 hours or so, and it was a productive meeting. Yet, no decision yet on Steve Kerr's future. Also, ESPN saying they'll meet again at some point next week and that maybe there'll be a resolution there. Look, I haven't wavered from this. I can't tell you that I know that this is the way it's going to happen. I think Steve Kerr is going to return as the Warriors head coach. I think this place means too much to him, and I don't think it's time. The time is not right just yet. There's no doubt, though, that this is not an easy decision for either side. I think on one hand, the fact that this is something that's going to go into multiple conversations, multiple meetings, and is going to last more than 2 weeks. Maybe it's going to be 3 weeks since the Warriors season ended. Everyone's sitting out there saying that it's already a done deal, that Steve Kerr is not going to be back as the Warriors head coach. They have absolutely no clue what the hell they're talking about. This is not a certain done deal one way or another. I think Steve Kerr is weighing a lot. I think Steve Kerr probably does not know if he wants to come back for sure, and that's what this time is for him. And on Joe Lacob's side of things, I think he wants Steve Kerr to be the Warriors head coach as long as Steve Kerr wants to be the Warriors head coach. That's what Joe Lacob said about this the entire time. I think back to what he said in October when he essentially said, I need my head coach to be fully bought in. I think that's what this is about. If you remember what Steph Curry said after the Warriors season ended in Phoenix a couple of weeks ago. He said, I want coach to want to be the coach and to believe that he's the right guy for the job. So I think ultimately this is going to come down to whether or not Steve Kerr wants the job again. I think he's going to ultimately decide yes. I don't think he's ready to say goodbye to Steph Curry and to the Warriors organization. I think ultimately he's going to come back. This is clearly, though, a decision that's weighing heavily on him. I don't think he knows that he's saying no. I don't think that he knows he's saying yes. I'm just sitting here predicting that I think Steve Kerr will be back as the Warriors head coach. I do think it's pretty clear that Joe Lacob and the Warriors want him back, again, with one stipulation specifically, and that stipulation is that Steve Kerr wants to be back and is willing to commit going forward to be the Warriors head coach. We'll see how it all plays out. Maybe we get a decision next week. But again, we had an update today. There was a productive meeting, no decision yet, and we'll move on from there. What do you think? Steve Kerr will be back next year as head coach of the Warriors? Let me know.